Where's everybody? All right, I'll see y'all in a few minutes. All right, ain't nobody coming on today? Well, good morning. Who's on here so I can know I'm chatting with? Because it's, ooh, my, got these bags under my eyes. Hey, Dorian. I haven't spoken to you in a while. I called you a few times, but it just goes to voicemail or something. Did you see my thumbnail with me and the Cheetos mascot? That was from yesterday when I was at Speedway. I actually got me some live video with me and the Cheetos when I had kissed them on the nose. You have to go back and look. Okay, fool, you're just going to sneak up in front of me and squeeze in between? Oh, I swear. Anywho, yeah, if you go back on the yesterday's live stream in the afternoon, you saw me eh, I called you back. Yeah. Yeah, I know you called me on 4th of July last week. Yeah, I was like taking pictures. I took a picture and I took live stream. Got all these damn Doritos. I ain't got a bunch of them, but this goodie bag, it does come with this coffee cup. I got two. I was gonna give one to one person at work. This one guy, his name is Trevor. I don't too much care for him too much. I mean, he's cool and all, but I think he's smitten by me. But in terms of like anything with him, for one thing, it's like oh, trust me, they probably will build Speedway is probably expanding nationwide, I guess you could say. They'll probably be in your area soon. I won't be surprised. They have another Speedway that's closer to my house, but it's going to be a much smaller store. They're supposed to be building one, and I haven't heard anything back about the position because I interviewed at the other location all the way in Alpharetta to be a manager trainee at the Speedway, and I didn't I keep playing phone tag with the she went from a manager to a district manager, and she's supposed to get back with me in regards to um, a manager trainee position, which I applied to. Because I said to myself, the only way that I will apply or work at a convenience store again if I was in management, so I'll probably have to find that lady's number and communicate back about it, or contact corporate Speedway, because it was supposed to be interview with another HR or the person who interviews for the manager's position. So I'm going to follow up with them probably earlier next week. See, they always take forever. And thing about it, I don't know what happened to the other guy that I used to bump into. He used to work there, but he treated at the Bojangles, and then he had worked at Five Guys, and then he worked at Firehouse when I was doing Uber Eats, and I was like, "Dang, you everywhere." He was like, and he was working there at that Speedway, but I haven't seen him. Maybe he must work either early morning and get off at four o'clock or so. Because by the time I get there, he probably already left for the day. And I know he takes Uber, so I don't know what happened to him. But yeah, today is fun day at work. Now let me tell you what. It's Friday. Now I don't think they do it every Friday, but it don't seem like they do it every Friday. But today is supposed to be pajama day. You're supposed to come to work in your pajamas, and they're supposed to give us popcorn, different flavor popcorn, and it's supposed to be on this fun team. Now let me tell you about this little fun team committee they got. First of all, it's like two different teams that does fun committee. The team that I work with, her name is Shanika. Now she's real nice. She reminds me of my cousin. She even looks like her a little bit. And I first met her when I was doing the pancakes, when they have the breakfast, the pancakes and stuff. So that's one group and team. So real laid back, real nice and stuff. I like working with them. So they always ask me to work with them. They all that's that previous team lead and that group of people. And so there's like two fun teams. Now, the other person, my previous team lead, trying to observe what the other fun team members are doing. And she sits in the sideline, and she always criticizes and critical. You're not supposed to cook the egg on the you're supposed to scramble the egg on the skillet, sitting in the background. Her and this other big ass nappy girl sits in the background, always criticizing, never helping, but always got something to say. But yet when I serve on the committee on the other team, everything is on point. Everybody's like, "Oh, this was so nice. We appreciate it. Oh, this got it, on point." When they do something as a committee, let me give you an example. Father's Day. I was on that committee with the other girls and the other people. Everything was nice. Everything was organized, we hooked it up for the men's Father's Day breakfast. And, yeah, it was a mishap with the grits, but we surely got those grits cooking. You know, we had, I made pancakes. I made over 100 pancakes. And sausage, eggs, grits, cheese on the side, fruit plate. I cut up the fruit, designed the fruit in a little cute little design on the tray. Orange juice. We had a plate. Food was kicking. It was so good. People were smelling it down the hall. They were like looking in the door, and they're like, nope, not for y'all. It's only for the men for Father's Day. Y'all had Women's Day. Women's Day. Mother's Day. Mother's Day was handled by the other fun committee. Mother's Day, they had nothing close to what they did for Father's Day. Mother's Day, they had some nasty ass. Somebody took it upon themselves, thinking they trying to make mock mimosas, and had some kind of orange juice and white or something. And I was like, who the hell made this? The thing tasted nasty. It tasted bitter. I was like, and then they had one fruit tray, and then they try to put it in the cup and try to think they're doing something. That thing was so nasty. They didn't have nothing hot. They didn't have no grits, no bacon, eggs, nothing. They had these little ass, cheap ass muffins they bought from Sam's Club and little bitty fruit. They gave us like 3 pieces of fruit, little bitty muffins, and that nasty ass drink. And that was Mother's Day, for Mother's Day. I was like, this is some bullshit here. No, and the little croissant with some nasty ass chicken salad. Who the hell wanted that for breakfast? That thing was so nasty. I was like, you know what? I'm not even a mother. And then they had it where people were complaining because some people, and then it was a disaster. And that's the other team that's on the fun committee. Bullshit. Then their other chance that they did something for Fun Day was a couple weeks ago. The hot dog and hamburger for 4th of July. It was last week, 4th of July. First of all, they said 11:30 is lunch. We're going to start serving at 11:30. We'll call people by teams. They cooked the hamburger and cooked the hot dog at their house on a grill and brought it to work. Not only was the thing overcooked, they had so many hot dogs and hamburgers left over. They left them in the break room. Said, "Oh, we got some extra hot dogs." They didn't say it. Somebody else said, "We got some extra hamburgers left over, and you want some?" I was like, "Hell no!" I'm like, "Nope." The thing was cold, and then they ran out of plates. And this was the attitude from the previous lead who was on the fun committee. Well, I don't care. They're going to try to put a hamburger and hot dog in a napkin. I was like, really? And some cold-ass baked beans that somebody, I said, who made these beans and who made this potato salad? And they got it from a store and opened it up. They ain't seasoned it, nothing. So that's the other fun committee. So there's 2 different committees that's supposed to be in the engagement. It's supposed to be, I was on the engagement team when I worked at the IRS. And there was nothing engaging about anything when the other team does something. Now, today is the other girl. They didn't ask me to help them because all they do is have popcorn. So, supposedly, that's what we have, popcorn. But I'm quite sure it's going to be nice. And the other team lead trying to give shade to the other person who was on the other fun committee. And it was, she was putting up the sign about tomorrow, pajama day, popcorn, and she does all the little signs and little decorations on the marquee or whatever you want to call it. And she was like, You should be hired just to do the decorations alone, trying to imply that, that's her skill set at work and that's what she should do at work. But it wasn't that shade that she gave her. She tried to say something in comment and good morning. She tried to say something in comment and she was like, oh, by the way, I did catch ready late. It's 10 after 7. I could have been there already at 7 o'clock just to do nothing really because we have yesterday and did nothing. And I don't really like that because when you don't have no work to do, that means you can't do any overtime. And I was looking forward to finally do overtime on a consistent basis, I guess, at least couple months, because Uber's been extremely slow. I didn't even Uber yesterday. I turned on Uber when I got to the house, and I had declined it. I said, nope, leaving the house. It goes to no Blitz Wings. Pick up no food, no tips. So, and then Uber still has not corrected my pay on Tuesday. And I called and spoke to someone yesterday. The customer service said that we're fixing it now. It'll be 24 hours. Yesterday we had any problems. I said this didn't happen yesterday. This happened Tuesday. So I said this one had an issue that happened yesterday, and they'll still have it. It's still not showing up. Oh, we'll guarantee you get paid for it. Blah blah blah. This that or whatever. So I don't know. I said Uber had a couple of glitches here and there, but never to the point where it's still not been fixed. And here it is Friday. So I wonder if any previous pay that I do today, is it going to happen again? Because I need to know what I'm going to get paid. So, but basically that's what is going on today. Fun day, pajama day, popcorn. And we'll see how that goes. And I'm quite sure I will see how some of these people, they're going to come in and work with pajamas. And then to the point where they had to have email. In the email, it showed pictures of what was acceptable for pajama day. So they had all these white folks wearing pajamas in the picture. The typical pajamas, the plaid, red, white pajama pants with a fitting shirt. And basically that's it. So, you give these dang Negroes opportunity to wear something pajamas day, they'll come up there and wear anything. They'll come up there and then half the people be sent home. Not even half, more than half the people will be sent home because they'll walk up in there. They said pajamas. Shoot, man, we'll see. I will see in the next 10 minutes if whoever participates. I know I ain't got no pajamas, so I wore me a regular old white T-shirt and some gray pants and my sneakers. I had nothing for pajamas. Shoot, some people probably, ain't no imagine what they'll come and walk in and wear. Those ratchet people probably like, this is what I wear for pajamas. They walk away with some booty shorts and some cut off be half naked, knowing some of these people. You know they do. You know they would do that. And to tell you the reason why they have Fun Day on Friday. The reason why they do it is because people don't come to work on Friday. Now I know, at typical jobs, a lot of people take off from work and because of the holiday or whatever. But this place, people take off high, high numbers. A lot of people do not come to work. I ain't gonna say late because I know I've been late. So I'm not even gonna say nothing about being late. But they just don't come to work. They'll be missing for 3 days in a row, 4 days in a row. They're supposed to get occurrences, and if you get so many occurrences, they're supposed to let you go. Now I know for a fact that the team that I was on, most of all those people would have been had over 12 occurrences, and they don't say nothing. They have no accountability. They don't do anything. So it's like it's hard to take it serious, you know. Because I know one thing: if this was the IRS, yeah, you could be late, but you're gonna say, oh, you're gonna use your personal time or whatever. But if you're like constantly late, trust and believe they're gonna follow the progression of write-up, verbal warning, write-up, second warning. Then if it gets too bad, they'll suspend you. If it's too bad, not too bad, they will suspend you without pay, if anything. But pretty much, it surely wouldn't happen at any other. I would say at any professional environment. You wouldn't get away with. They wouldn't. You wouldn't get away with a lot of things that they occur over there. Fighting, people cursing each other out, screaming across the room, and these outbursts. Disruptive in the workplace. It's constantly happening. Let me see. Did any outbursts happen this week? Let me see. Yeah, for sure did. Had a whole team of people mad over a team lead because she told them to be in the correct phone, not phone, but computer honest, like work or break or lunch. And she told them, gave them instructions on what to do. They cursing and carrying on, and it got to the point where they had 2 different meetings with HR. And people just try to these 2 guys are spokespeople for the team, and they try to complain of what's going on now. Ain't nobody truly being micromanaged. The problem is that these millennials, 20-something-year-olds, you got to take instructions from another person who's in the 20-year-olds. You can't have people in the same age group managing people their own age. I'm not saying that an older person should manage people, but don't make people a team lead just because they've been there the longest and they managed to be there for the 2 years once they was getting rid of hundreds of people at a time, and you just so happen to be the one who stayed and you just been there the longest and say, okay, you the team lead because you know the work or you know most of the work. That doesn't make a team leader. That don't make a team leader. A team leader, it should be someone who knows how to deal with conflict, get along with people, have communication skills, and know how to manage a team. Now, I'm not saying that they are not qualified, but I would say a whole lot of them need to sit down. They need to sit down or sit there. You need to sit down. That's what they need. And they don't need to be a team lead. First of all, they don't have no authority. It's not like they could write anybody up. They can't fire nobody. they surely don't, at least the one, see, like the team lead that I have now, she's going to nursing school next month. So her last day will be next month sometime. But she's real quiet. And at first I didn't really too much care for her. But at the same time, I don't really trust her because she's not consistent when giving instructions. She will give instructions, and if something's going on, she would stand up in front of her cubicle, talk to the people around her, and tell them, okay, y'all, we got work today, and da da da. And she won't. She knows that that me and a few other people, our team extends further down the road, and she doesn't even come and say what she needs to say. So I'm sitting there, and I'm like, what did she say? And I'm like, I'm not gonna, if she can't say anything directly to me or come by and say what she needs to say, don't tell some people and then don't tell the other half, don't tell some others. And then she tried to tell me, oh, you ain't compliant. I said, what are you talking about? Because I had a water cup on my desk that had nothing in it. I said, okay, well, you're going to tell me about the water cup, then you need to tell the other people on the other team that got water cups, drinking out of water cups all day, every day. You need to tell them, too. Don't single me out. Like, the only thing you have to say to me is if I come to her, okay, Cassidy, I need some more work, blah, blah. Okay, here you go. She'll tell me what folder goes to in the file and do whatever I need to do. Don't come and say nothing other than just tell me what related to work and come over there and try to chit chat with the other team members of mine around you. And the only thing you say to me is, oh, you beat out of compliant? Really? So she doesn't hardly say anything. And then sometime this week, I went into the file and I told her I found some work in this folder or such and such team lead folder. And then she comes up there and speaks to the third person. I hate when people do that. Why, if you speaking to me or saying something about me to another person, don't refer to me as she opened up the file. No, say, oh, Teresa did this and this, and tell the person that you're speaking to information. And don't sit. And this is the other team lead that I play with, that BS team I was previously on the team. She always says stuff to me, and she don't get no break anyway. Talk over like they did that. All of a sudden, you was talking normal speech, but then when Casey came to say something to you about that I had that I was doing certain work or whatever that's in that other team folder, then you're gonna talk all low. And then she walks away and starts laughing. What the hell is funny? So I'm sitting here like, what? Because I already could. I know their MO. I already know it. When they do certain things and when they be looking at, how people talking about you, they be like looking at another person like giving themselves the eye. Like you don't see it. And I just think dumb behind. I say, you know what? I got a whole lot better things to do than somebody's insecurities, and people think you can just give shade and think you can just say anything. And I'm not gonna, because see, I'm gonna say, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. Because when I'm ready to say something, trust and believe, I'm not going to do no outbursts. Ain't going to be no yelling, screaming, and cursing and rolling up the neck. I'll sit there and sit you in your place very easily. And I'm not going to get in trouble because you you're not being a team when you trying to be ratchet and you trying to be among people that you're supposed to be over. Because see, I can assure you, if they lose that major contract of United Healthcare, and it's because of stuff inadequate. I'm not even saying inadequate. One day it's gonna be some mess, and it's gonna come too because they need to have new clients, and sometimes people are on the phone. There's other jobs where they're actually on the phone. Sometimes you need to call the physicians or whatever. And one day that ratchet loud noise is gonna be picked up. Somebody's gonna call up in there, and they're gonna hear all that ratchet noise and people carrying on, and and when they catch that and hear it, they're gonna be like, mm-mm. Then they're gonna want to do some changes. Something major is gonna happen, and it's one of the big boss. I already tell you, there's only two white folks that's in charge, and everybody else is Indian.